Hi everybody, my name's Andy. I wear bow ties because bow ties are cool. I'm here with Curiosity Corner Live and I am in the Spark Space. Now the Science Center is currently closed for the health and safety of our guests, our partners, and our staff, but the fun learning is going to keep going. So come back every day at 10:30 and we're going to show you cool things like our laser cutter. So this machine is a machine that cuts with lasers. And this thing is amazing. It's one of my favorite things to work with here at the Great Lakes Science Center. I have a piece of acrylic. It's plastic. I'm going to put this in the laser cutter and I'm going to make something using the laser cutter. So here we go. I'm going to place this right up here. That noise that you hear is the fan, because the laser is so powerful it can light things on fire, so I have to be very careful. I have to make sure the fan is on or else not good. So I have it set up. It's going to cut something for us, and while it's cutting I will explain how the laser cutter works. Here we go. I hit play. There's the laser, and you can see it's powerful enough that it's going straight through and it's cutting up that piece of acrylic plastic. There's a computer program. It treats this laser cutter like it's a printer, but the laser cutter only understands things called vectors. When we look at a picture on a computer, it's normally made of pixels, just like a grid of dots, and that makes a picture. A vector is different. A vector tells a computer sort of which direction the color is going to go and for how long. And a vector, you can use that to zoom way in on something. So a vector graphic is a completely different way that computers can look at pictures. The laser cutter only understands that. And the program will look at a file and translate it into instructions for the laser cutter. You can see it sort of going back and forth, making that gear. The head moves side to side. The long bar moves in and out. And with that, it can coordinate and move and make circles or triangles or whatever shape it was told to make. Depending on how complicated the project is, it'll either take anywhere from 2 minutes if it's just cutting out a square to 30 minutes if it's cutting out a bunch of different things. We use this to make a lot of different things at the Great Lakes Science Center. This is a scrap of another piece of acrylic. We use it to make rocket fins, so that's the shapes that were cut there. And then sometimes it doesn't always work. So somebody tried to cut some things here for a game, but it didn't cut all the way through. The laser cutter can cut material like this, but this is too thick. It has to be a little thinner than this for the laser cutter to cut. Not only can the laser cutter cut, it can also engrave. So you can take an item and cut shapes into it, but not cut all the way through. So let's see if we have any examples here. Well, there's some scraps. Here's a scrap. So you can see here, that was engraved. The laser cutter was told to just kind of cut those shapes, but not all the way through. And then this was cut all the way through. It's almost done. It's cutting out that circle there. And every so often you'll see a little honeycomb flash. That tells you that it's going all the way through. There's that steel honeycomb so that it absorbs some of that energy from the laser. Cutting out a star right now. Something else the laser cutter can do is it can etch. So you could tell it to just do a normal picture, and it would use the laser to etch a black and white picture. So the laser cutter has so many possibilities. It's an amazing tool. Oh, here's a piece of acrylic that was etched. You can see the text right there that was etched. So the laser cutter went back and forth like a normal printer and cut the circle, engraved the paw print, and then etched down that text. It's almost done. It's just going to make one more leg of that triangle. Actually, it's going to make the hypotenuse of the triangle. There it goes. And of course, you can't just throw anything into a laser cutter and expect it to cut it. There's some things that it can't cut. It can't cut metal. There's certain types of plastic that it can't cut. It has to know exactly what material it's cutting, or else it won't focus the laser very well at all. Alright. Let's see. Once it's done, I'm going to show you. There we go. Goes back to its little home, and it is ready to come out. There's the triangle cut out, and there's part of our creation. Here's the other part. It's sort of like a spirograph, and it works. Whoops. Probably should put that on a level surface. Put that over here. There we go. Fresh off the laser cutter, and it's a working spirograph. That's the kind of thing that this thing can make. It could even make little gears for machines. So it's not just about making fun toys. You can make all sorts of things with a laser cutter. So my question to you is, what kind of thing would you want to make with a laser cutter? What kind of thing do you think a laser cutter could do? Go ahead and post your answers in the comments, share them on social media, get the conversation going, and I hope you had a great time exploring this amazing piece of technology. My name's Andy. Thanks for tuning in. Stay curious.